It's the Power Air Fryer Oven review, part 2. All right, today's my follow-up to the Power Air Fryer Oven review that I did a few weeks ago. I've used it quite a bit since then, so I was going to give you some additional information. Now, I already did my big overview in the first review, so if you're looking for an overview, check that one out first. This is going to be some additional items to cook in there and see how they turn out, and a few things that I've learned along the way. So today I'm offering a second look at the Power Air Fryer Oven. It's a follow-up to the review I did about 3 weeks ago, and most of the food I'm preparing here was done by request, so let's get started. First things first, I want to show you that the racks, they all have held up quite well. I've discovered that spraying some nonstick spray in them seems to be the best way to keep them clean. If they do get stuff caked on there, they can go in the dishwasher and they can soak in water, so they're not too bad to clean. The inside of the unit also has stayed pretty clean. Now, one thing you can do is you could wrap this up in tinfoil, which I've done, but I found this is so easy to clean I haven't really needed to do that. Another thing is that the door does come off easily. I didn't really show that in the first review. At the time I didn't think I would be removing the door so often, but as easy it is to put on and off, I've found that I actually use it more often now. So today I'm taking a second look, making some additional items in the Power Air Fryer Oven. Let's get started. A comment from my first video asked if I could please do a frozen pizza in the oven to see how it turns out. Well, I did that, and here's what happened. First up is one of these small pizzas. Now here's the thing, this only measures 10 inches across, so you can't put a 12-inch pizza in there, so I'm getting a small pizza just to kind of see how it goes with a frozen pizza, because that was by request. So I'm just going to follow the instructions for a conventional oven, which says to put it directly on the rack for 400 degrees for 12 to 14 minutes. Let me see if those instructions match up with what the Power Air Fryer Oven can do. I think the French fry button is actually 400 degrees for 15 minutes. So I'll just put that on for 400, drop it down to a minute. We shall see. This will be my first test of part 2 by request. 4 minutes left. It looks like it's about done. Oh yeah, I need to take that out of there. First time I wasn't doing this, but now I'll just take the door off sometimes. And that does make it easier to get it out of there. But there you go, that took 10 minutes. What do you think about that? I think it did pretty well. Nothing dripped on the bottom. So I think you can definitely make a pizza in here up to about 10 inches. Over 10 inches and it's gonna be hitting the sides. Another person suggested I do some frozen wings, so I grabbed a bag of frozen boneless wings and threw them in there, and here's how that went. Here is another one by request. Someone suggested some frozen wings, so I'm gonna throw these in there and see how they perform. Again, I'm gonna use a conventional oven instructions, 400 degrees for around 16 to 18 minutes. It says use a baking sheet. I think I'm just gonna throw them on this rack and take my chances with it. Once again, I know the French fry button goes 400 degrees, so I'm just gonna hit 400 degrees and I'm gonna go up to 16 minutes. Okay. It just came right off, interesting. Well, they seem well cooked. Let me cut one of these open. So here's what we got. Looks well cooked. I mean, it's evenly cooked. It came out as I would expect it to come out in the oven, so I think it did pretty well with the wings as well. One commenter asked how those coin-shaped tater tots will do in the rotisserie basket, so I tried that out. Okay, these instructions say 425 for about 16, 18 minutes. Notice it does not go above 400. As high as it goes. So I'm gonna have to go a little bit longer. I'll go 18 minutes. 400 is the max. That's something that I didn't point out last time. So the commenter wanted to see how well these held up in the rotisserie basket. So I'll be curious of that as well. All right, it's been 18 minutes. Let's see how they look. Whoops. Okay, well, we got some crumbs on there, not a big deal. And I'm gonna open this up and check them out. I think they came out pretty good. They feel crispy to me. Even though it doesn't go to 425, a few extra minutes at 400 did the job. Someone asked me how well cookies would do in the Power Air Fryer Oven. Now, I don't know if you're supposed to make cookies in there, but I figured it would be worth trying anyways. One mistake I made was I tried to put 8 of them on one rack. Maybe I should have done about 6 because they kind of ran together. But the important thing is that you can see that there was an uneven cooking of the cookies. So check this out. I don't know if you can actually do cookies on here, but I'm gonna try it anyways. I put some parchment paper down. I'm just worried this parchment paper might hinder the airflow, so I'm not real sure about that. But okay, I've got the cookies in there. They're supposed to go in for 12 to 15 minutes at 350. We'll go on the low end because everything seems like it's cooking a little bit faster. So there we go. It'll automatically turn on by itself. And I'll be curious to see what happens with these. As you can see, there's air moving through there. That's why the parchment paper is blowing upward. I'm not sure if that's going to be a negative effect or not. We'll find out. All right, there's 3 minutes left. I want to take these out because it's looking a little bit strange right here. You see this? Well, first of all, the parchment paper is not really good because it's doing this. And second of all, they look kind of unevenly cooked. This back here still looks like cookie dough, and this looks like it's getting kind of brown. I'm not sure that cookies are really a good idea in here. Even though it didn't say you were supposed to do cookies in here, I want to try it. I'm going to say don't do cookies in there. A couple of people asked me about seafood, so I tried salmon and shrimp in the Power AirFryer Oven, and here's how those went. Okay, next up is a 5-ounce salmon fillet. Now I just sprayed the rack with some nonstick spray, and because the cookies seem to cook more in the front than the back, I'm going to put the thinner part of the salmon toward the back where it cooked less for the cookies, hoping that it doesn't cook as much back there. I don't want that to get burnt. There is a salmon recipe in their book, so I'm going to use their cooking times, which is 330 degrees for 10 minutes, and then you're supposed to brush it and go 10 more minutes. 330, 10 minutes, and here we go. Okay, the first 10 minutes are up. Let's see how that looks so far. I'm going to base a little bit of oil on that. We do have some grease down there, not a big deal. That will clean up easily. So we're supposed to baste this and put it back in for 10 more minutes. All right, I don't know if it needs 10 more minutes, but I'm going to put it back in there and I'm going to watch it. And we're off. All right, the second 10 minutes is up. Let's see how it looks. It smells like salmon. I got to clean that out. Not too bad. Not too stuck. That was sprayed with nonstick spray though. So let's cut this open and see how it looks inside. What do you think? There we go. You can see it's still steaming. Looks like it's flaking nicely. Let's try it out. Good, well cooked, I think. And the salmon was a success. Okay, next up we're gonna do some shrimp. I'm gonna follow the shrimp recipe in the recipe guide. I'm just, as far as the cook times go, I'm not gonna do the actual recipe. Also, I'm gonna put some nonstick spray on this. Nonstick spray. These just have a light coating of lemon pepper, olive oil, salt and pepper. So 15 minutes after 10, we flip. And there they go. Okay, it has been 10 minutes. Gonna open this up. Oh, they're looking pretty good. I'm gonna flip them and then go the last 5 minutes. All right, the combination of nonstick spray and olive oil helped these not stick. The first time I did this, not on camera, they just stuck a little bit here. No sticking at all, which is nice. Let it finish out its time, which is 5 minutes, and then they'll be done. Here we go. See, I have made this before. It comes out really nice every time. You hear that sizzle? Mostly not sticking. Do have some cleanup to do. That will be probably a brush in the sink. How about this? Not bad. Very nice, very nice. This is something I've been doing since my first review, and I really like the shrimp in the Power AirFryer Oven. In my first video, I did fried chicken, and the results were pretty good, but it seemed like there was a little bit of unevenness, and there were some mistakes that I made as well. So I've done it a couple of times since then. As you can see right here, with trial and error, I've actually been able to get it to work pretty well. Everything in the Power AirFryer Oven to me seems to take some trial and error. I've gotten to the point where I can make the fried chicken come out pretty well. It takes a lot of rotation, flipping them over, spraying the rack with non-stick spray, but eventually I think I got fried chicken down. I really wanted to do a whole chicken in the rotisserie, but the instructions say that you should only have a 3 to 4 pound chicken in there, and it's hard to find a chicken under about 5 pounds, so I figured I would just compromise. I'd get some Cornish game hens, which total about 3 pounds, and here's how that went. All right, so I've got my Cornish game hens here. Now, here's my problem. This is a 1.5 pound Cornish game hen. I don't know if I'm gonna have enough room for it to rotate this direction. There's almost no clearance whatsoever, so I feel like I might have to do it this way and just do one at a time. So I decided to go with just one Cornish game hen because it was really too tight to have two of them side by side rotating that way, so I'm just gonna put one in there. I also lined the bottom with foil to catch the drippings. Press the rotisserie button and increase the time to 35 minutes. And it's not hitting, so that's a good thing. Okay, it's been in there for 25 minutes now. A lot of splatter, a lot of grease in there. As you can see, even the door itself is getting greasy. The entire inside is gonna have to be cleaned out. I'm not sure if it's done yet. Whoa. I do want to just check the temperature on this before I go any farther. I think we'll probably have to go the next 10 minutes. All right, we'll go in the next 10 minutes. All right, the timer's gone off. It's been 35 minutes. We're gonna check the temperature before I take it out of there. All right, it's 164. Okay, I think it's good. Let's take it out. And there it is. How does that look to you guys? What do you think? Now I have to do the other one because they wouldn't both fit in there. All right, game hen number 2 is going in there. Rotisserie button, go up to 35 minutes. And we're off. All right, the timer is off. I'm gonna check the temperature of this, make sure it's properly cooked. Oh yeah, yep. And here we go. I think it came out pretty well. What do you guys think? So there you have it. I've placed the Power AirFryer Oven in my top 10 items of 2017 because the more I use it, the more I like it. And I think that maybe air fryer isn't really an accurate term. It's more of a mini oven than an air fryer. But that aside, I think it has a lot of uses. It's very versatile, and I'm very happy with it. I'm not sure if I'm gonna do a part 3 or not, but give me suggestions of things you might wanna see that I haven't done in the first and second part, and I might do a part 3 on a follow-up down the road. Otherwise, if you've used the Power AirFryer Oven, let me know what you think in the comments below. And please subscribe for more As Seen on TV product reviews from me, James White, with Freakin' Reviews.